Okay, let's go and see what's over here, because I may be able to collect a few more things. However, surely Bulldozer boss fight is the end of the chapter. What are you going to follow Bulldozer boss fight up with? Oh, it looks like I might have to do a driving section here. Find a vehicle. Seems like it. Oh, thermos. Let's keep an eye open for another page. Doesn't look like it. Okay, I guess I'll drive.
I had never been this glad to see the sunrise. I had a couple of hours to get to the coal mine. The coal mine wasn't far now.
Welcome to Bright
Today,
Falls.
I would meet the kidnapper, and he would give me Alice. I wouldn't give him any other choice. A drowning man will clutch at a straw.
Coal Mine Museum. Nice. It's nice to wander around in the day, isn't it? Look at this gorgeous view. This beautiful landscape. All these nice trees. How peaceful and relaxing and not at all horrifying and scary. Love it. As I wander around the path, I wonder whether or not I'll just forget my wife and just stay here and live in the forest. It's so beautiful. Who needs a wife when you've got trees and mountains and snow? Maybe I could marry one of the bears. We could have little human-bear hybrid children. And then one of those could have a child with a pig. And it would be man-bear-pig. Don't know why I went there. I could sprint, but I am enjoying this this atmosphere. This reminds me, actually, of if anyone's played Slender the Arrival. When that game opens, you're going down like a country path, and it's really nice and like beautiful looking. Reminds me of that. Is this the kidnapper's car? Oh, am I gonna be able to drive that car myself? There's nothing over here that's of use, is there? Maybe, but let's just get in the car. GTA. Oh, the steering of this car is great. I quite like this, that I'm being allowed to drive through a like daylight scene. I just want to have a quick look over here, just because it's blocked off. Oh, so it looks like a collapsed bridge. Okay, there's no pages. Are any of the pages going to be in this section? Or are the pages only in the scary nighttime sections? Because I won't bother stopping if I'm not going to find any collectibles. Oh! Okay, apparently the car can get airtime. Be careful, Brad. Has it got a handbrake? Doesn't seem to. Brake is backwards, so it's very simplistic driving design, but that's fine. It's not like this is a driving game, is it? I want to drive over and be greeted with a gorgeous view. Or just arrive somewhere. I wonder if I can also get in this car, and it's in case I break the car. Yep, that seems to be the case. Radio. Oh, we're going to get to hear about last night.
And you're listening to KBF FM. Folks, I want to apologize for kind of abandoning you to that looping music track last night, but I was detained. You see, I encountered a big shot G-man with an itchy trigger finger who could use a lesson in manners and a boot in the ass. Not necessarily in that order either. Now, folks, I know I'm not being very informative here, and I apologize for that. I really should just keep quiet, but I'm just so peeved right now. Because some people just shouldn't be carrying badges. I'm just glad that our Sheriff Breaker was there to straighten things
like Gary Oak. Doesn't treat his Pokemon very well, does he?
Just say, I'm sorry if my mouth bad guy here. Godspeed, son. I hope you know what you're doing. Now, on a lighter note, I'll be talking to Dr. Nelson all morning. But first, a little music.
Nope, no music. Blah, 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 blah. Words, words, words. No. I'm going to take my other car. Or, no, you know what? I'm going to change car every time I see a car. And then all these people whose cars these are, they're going to be like, oh, where did my car go? And they're going to feel stupid for having left the keys in their car. Can I make that? Oh, I'm on the other side of where I was. Oh, no, that's where I started. So where do I go now? Down this way? Or maybe I'm not meant to drive the car. Can I not just do this? This is fine. This is fine. this is fine. You know what? I actually don't really like this car. I'm gonna go back and get the other car. This car's not really my style. I feel like I'm more comfortable in the other car. Yes, that's the reason. Oh, climb over the fence, you... Oh, he hasn't done a day of workout and he's like... I can't even find the words. He gets out of breath after 5 seconds. He can't climb over a tiny fence. All he must do is write. Just sits at home, eats pizza and writes. Right, let's do this again. This time. Speed! Perfect landing. There we go. This car's way better. Imagine that person who owns that car. Oops. I'm a good driver. Yep, great driver. Don't think I can actually damage the car, which is good. Wait, I've been here. Oh, I think I can damage the car, seeing as it isn't driving anymore. Oh, I'm meant to be going this way. It's fine, I've learned my lesson. Yeah, Brad, when you're editing this, just, you know, cut out all of that. Definitely wasn't worth putting in. What does that say? Hill! Thanks. I thought it was a river. Ooh, another Firewatch tower. Maybe I'll find Delilah up there. Oh, is that another car I can steal? This car's seen better days, hasn't it? Oh, another car I can steal! Guessing there's going to be a thermos up here. Oh no, oh, just radio.
Welcome back to KBF FM. Hope you enjoyed that tune. Now, Doc, you were talking about life and finding that special someone, that soulmate.
Well, you were talking about that. I was saying I don't buy it.
Well, see, to me, that's strange, because I always pegged you as a hopeless romantic.
You got me there, Pat. But I think love's where you look for it. And you need to do a lot of...
Isn't the doc the guy who's in love with the fish?
But the idea that there's that...
Caught his fish and he was like, it's amazing, isn't it? Put it on the table.
If you miss that chance, it's going forever and you're forever incomplete. I mean, isn't that depressing? Or, heck, childish even? There's plenty of fish in the sea.
You know, I'm not getting anything just from this. I'm going.
Fisherman has a
Sorry.
fishing analogy for everything, but
Sorry, voice actors. I know you put effort in, but what you're saying isn't interesting. I bet you, like, the rest of that conversation is the biggest, like, lore information in like, you could solve the entire game just from that one conversation. And I was too impatient to listen. Right, it looks like we're getting to the mine now. I think that's the mine over there, so I'm going to carry on down the road. Just to see. But it might loop around. Yeah, I think it is. Oh, this is a great car! Yeah! Yeah, what a car!
I was early. I was supposed to meet the kidnapper at noon in the main building. The coal mine was quiet. It was a museum now.
Thanks, car. It was a museum. Oh, cool. We can look around the museum. We can learn all about the mining process. They should have exhibits you can read about. Oh, they do! While there were some earlier residents in the area, the true genesis of town of Bright Falls came with the founding of the Bright Falls mining colony and the opening of the Bright Falls coal mine in 1878. Although the work was hard and dangerous, many immigrants, Germans, Poles, Italians, Finns, and Swedes, among others, worked in the mines. Interesting! Ooh, a thermos. I've learned so much. Look, Portaloo's over there. Authentic, old-fashioned, old-timey exhibits there. Can't ride this. Looks like someone's already done what I did and crashed it into a wall. Ooh, a page.
With Nightingale gone and the night wind blowing in through the broken studio window, Maine stared at Sarah. The sheriff looked away. Maine's voice shook with barely controlled anger. That boy's doing more drinking than thinking. I hope you know what you're doing, Sarah. He's got a sickness in his eyes. You take my word for it. He wants Wake for a reason, and it's not for anything good.
Ooh, creepy. Museum entrance. Yeah, ooh, sign. In 1970, a volcanic eruption below Cauldron Lake, while relatively minor, caused most of the deep mining tunnels to collapse or flood. 32 miners lost their lives in the calamity, and all mining around Bright Falls came to a final stop. Now many of the remaining buildings are protected as historical landmarks. Cool. So we heard about that earlier, that volcanic eruption, because that's what killed the writer, Zane. Supposedly, anyway.
I didn't want to go outside. Cops had to be looking for me. The noon sun turned the place into a sauna. The day dragged on. Different scenarios ran through my mind. Ways of how I'd torture the kidnapper to get Alice back.
Jesus.
Or the different horrible things he could have done to her. I imagined her dead. I had no way of knowing she was still alive. It was killing me.
Did she call you like an hour ago?
I was running on blind hope. It was all a waste of time. The bastard never showed up.
You know he's going to show up. You've read a page that predicts the future.
Wake,
Where the hell are you?
change of plans. You know where Mirror Peak is? It's a big mountain north of where you are. You follow the path from the mine, you can't miss it. There's a lookout point there. I'll be waiting.
I'm through being jerked around
You
by you.
want to see your wife alive? Because if you do, you better watch what you say to me. Do we understand each other?
I want to talk to Alice.
Yeah,
Slide!
and I want the manuscript. Don't keep me waiting, Wake.
Hello?
Can I go down the slide?
Ah! I'm gonna kill him.
I want to go down the slide. Can!
I had to get to Mirror Peak.
Oh!
It was close. Maybe closer than ever before.
Why are you so calm? You bellend! Leave the building. Ooh. Is there a normal way to leave the building, or am I supposed to go through there? I'm guessing I have to go this way. I'm gonna get attacked by a train now. Thomas Zane in love with Barbara Yager. There we go. So that was the thing I said earlier. Yeah, I mean, we were basically told it, but I figured it out.
When Thomas Zane fell for Barbara Jagger, it happened fast. She was young, vibrant, and beautiful, full of life.
Just like
He
me.
had never been a very happy man, and without any seeming
Just like me.
effort, changed all that. Zane felt good for the first time in his life. Everything she did was another piece of a jigsaw puzzle he hadn't even known he'd been missing. And best of all, she made the words flow, strong and sharp. She was his muse.
She was his muse. There's still every chance that Alan Wake is a character in Zane's book. I don't think that anymore. I think, like, at this moment in time, I think I'm leaning more towards... Oh, there's going to be a boss battle here. I think I'm leaning more towards this being a case of Alan Wake is just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Nope, that one. Ah. There's so many people swinging at you, and when you dodge one, the next one hits you. It's not fair. It's... Okay, so horror games... I'm going to just mini tangent here, but horror games specifically, they work quite well from this claustrophobic... like, from shit combat is what I'm trying to say. Because, like, Silent Hill was obviously very known for this. The combat is awful, and it has this very big impact on the player, where you want to avoid it at all costs. Because, why would you fight when fighting is terrible? But it doesn't mean it's not frustrating to be part of it. At least in Silent Hill it was scary, because you were fighting like actual monsters. That was my fault. Is that it? No, I was going to say it shouldn't be. How many more? Oh, no, you go away. Is it just more haunted objects? Can I go? Do I have to stay here and endure this? Spare flashbangs. Oh no. Oh no. You know what? I'm not going to waste any time, because I've got plenty of shotgun ammo. Do I save for the big boys though? This is the thing. I don't know how long I'm going to be fighting for. So do I use my good stuff or not? It's fine. Am I... Oh, open? They're just flying around. There's nothing else down here, is there? No. This is horrendous, though. The fact that any object can now attack you as well does just make the environment so much more unsettling. Because, like, it could just go evil now, and this thing right here, this red barrel, could be my doom. It's not fun.
What the hell?
Is this the darkness? Am I supposed to move? Maybe I shouldn't have stood there for ages watching it. But it looked interesting. Another arena.
The only way to reach the hillside ahead was to go through the building. I had to find a way to avoid electrocution.
Oh, I'm following the power lines. This is not good. Hang on, I've got an idea. Wait, I thought the explosive barrel was going to explode. That's what these things are for, right? Yes. No! No! Dewey! No! I'm holding it together. Just not well. My dodging ability isn't great. It doesn't help that you can only run. Let's have a look. Let's see how good his cardio is. There we go. He's now out of breath. Genuinely, I ran further than that today because I saw a friend drive past me and chased his car. No, see, what would have been a good thing for this would have been if this entire courtyard area was fully lit and I run across it, and then when I turn turn that off, all the lights go off, and suddenly everything's there. I've got 10 flares. I could just run for it. If you can run that far. Ah, no. No. Ow. Ow. Thanks for that. Like, I don't need to fight them, do I? I can just go this way and hope they don't follow me. Hopefully I just save myself a lot of time there. Wait. Are there footsteps? You. I see you, Red Barrel. Why does it sound like this? Oh! Right, that'll do. Yep, dodge away. Dodge at it, Brad. Great, whatever. I need to use the batteries a bit more. I've had 20 this entire time. I could just full beam them constantly. Nah. Just keep running, just keep running. Trust no one in the dark. Dodge! Use your button! Sometimes you press the dodge button, and instead of dodging, he just hunches over. Like, presents himself to people. Oh, I guarantee most people's reviews of this game are like, great game, combat mechanics suck. Enjoy that, dickhead. Oh. Oh! As if that happened! That wasn't even a haunted chair! Enjoy that, dickhead. Fired a chair at myself somehow. Don't trust anyone in the dark. Usually when you breathe, you give me cool items. Are you letting me down? I already know not to trust things in the dark. we must be nearing the end of this chapter now. Follow. Oh, thanks. What was that? Oh, page. Wade touched. Oh.
Some of the Taken retained echoes of their former selves, but these were just the nerve twitches of a dead thing. Nothing remained but a shell covered and filled with darkness. In most cases, these puppets were enough for the purposes of the Dark Presence. But for anything more elaborate, as with the writer, it was different. It needed his mind. And so rather than taking him over completely, it merely touched him.
But it's sending things to kill him. So why does it, if it needs him, why am I being attacked? This is the way I came in, isn't it? Oh no, it's to do, I'm on the other side. I get it. Everything else has been taken over and I'm not. That was actually quite terrifying. Oh no. This is going to be a car section.
There was no way the flashbang grenades were standard power company equipment.
So you're saying someone's left them for you? Can't drive that. Oh. More of this gunk. This stuff is, like, not that annoying unless it's, like, in combat. So I just need to be careful not to stand in it. And what have I got left? More flashbangs. I think I'm fed up, like, constant people always running at you. Just have a flashbang and be done with it. Dodge! Dodge, you stupid melon! It's half me, and it's half the game's dodging mechanic. It's probably 80% me and 20% the game. Okay, another manuscript page. Wake and Barry in the cell.
I stared through the bars of the jail cell. Barry stood behind me, swaying on his feet, looking as ill as I felt. Agent Nightingale stood on the other side of the bars with Sheriff Breaker. Nightingale had a stack of manuscript pages in his hand. He seemed unhinged as he gloated. Well, I've got you now, Raymond Chandler. It's all here. All the evidence, including conspiracy to murder a federal agent.
How many authors does he know? Is he just going to come up with a new one every time? It's funny as a one-off gimmick. Like, it's a funny thing. But when he's doing it every single time, it feels like he planned to do it. Like, he was like, ooh, I'm going to come up against an author. Let's make sure that I call him a different author's name every time, instead of his actual name, who is a famous author. So it just makes the guy feel so fucking sad. Burn. Okay, so there's a light that way, and then there's also... Oh, this is a cache. Okay. Oh, in the mines. Trust no one in the dark. Really? Flashbang, flashbang, flashbang. Awesome. I'm perfectly happy with more flashbangs. And now I've got to use one! It's only going to get 2 of them, though, isn't it? Right, how much shotgun ammo have I got left? 9. It's good for the big guys. So I guess I'll save it for them. Oh, thermos. Don't fall off. No! No! Alan mistake. I came with that one on the spot. I'm just as good as a Nightingale, aren't I? Okay, let's take this a bit more carefully. Oh, he's a joke sometimes. Fine, just hurt yourself. There's light down here anyway. I do like how light can heal wounds from falling off stuff. Oh, why am I being given so many supplies?
I had no real plan. I was going to give the kidnapper all the manuscript pages I had for Alice. If that wasn't enough, I'd hold him at gunpoint and make him talk.
Switch for the pump action. Which one's better? Pump action holds more shots. I like it. It's useful. It doesn't feel as powerful as the other one. Is this side 4 anything? Oh. They've stopped. Like when you used to shine the light on them, they used to slow down a bit, and they just don't seem to do that now. It must be the full beam that does it. What was this way for? Oh, I think it is the way. I think it's up here and around this corner. Oh no, I'm so tired of it now. Game makers, I'm sorry, but the combat is really repetitive. Ah, it's fine. Why am I not being healed? There we go. You're just bad at it. You know what? I probably am. It is probably mostly me. But there's something about the loop that isn't satisfying for me. I don't know whether it's because I'm enjoying the story more than the combat. And because the combat is quite often. And it's not like I'm choosing to approach enemies either. This is a lot of people. Wow. As I was saying, it's not like I'm choosing to approach people. They keep approaching me. I think there's just something about that dynamic that just makes it feel more annoying. Does that make sense? Okay, so this must be where the kidnapper gets
Dark
trapped
presence was
outside.
moving ahead of me in the same direction I was going.
graveyard
A
here.
cold feeling settled itself in the pit of my stomach. Was it going for Alice?
You don't play Silent Hill for the gameplay. True, but Silent Hill has a lot more options to avoid the enemies. And... Oh, you're an enemy. Like, I was in a boss enemy. Where's the zippy one? There you are. And they have like a shooting pattern that you can't seem to dodge. You know, flashbang. Let's get rid of the little ones, so we just have to deal with the big guy. Who seems to have glitched into a wall. Dodge! Ah!
For Alice?
The graveyard shift may cause cancer.
Flashbang. 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 Can you tell I'm fed up with the combat for today? When I first started playing, and the combat felt very innovative, the idea that you've got to like burn them down with the light and then, oh, limit reached. You got burned down with the light, and then you've got to shoot them, and I was enjoying it. And obviously they've started to add more things. You get the shotgun, you get the flashbangs, you get the flares, but they're just. I think it's the fact that obviously there's a varied way to attack them, but there's only one way to fight them, and it's run away, press dodge, hope you don't get hit. Run away, press dodge, hope you don't get hit. And I'm starting to use my items more to make it easier to do it, but when they add in big guys as well who don't get taken down by the items, so then you've got to run away, dodge, use an item, get rid of some, run away, dodge, 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 throw an item, use an item. And I could be off base here. Maybe I just don't really like it. I'm willing to accept that it's a me issue. I'd be curious to know whether any of the reviews of this game had an issue with that kind of combat
The place was
loop.
dead. A ghost town. Had been for decades, maybe a century.
Oh, is it not done? Like, the haunted objects being thrown at me is super interesting. I like that. And it makes it, like, you've sort of got to, like I said, you've got to think about what's around you, what might attack you. And that's a cool thing to add in. But walking through a woodland area, and every 5 seconds, a group of 5 or 6 things spawns in. And the way you fight them is exactly the same every single time. And all it does is just deplete resources that you don't know if you should use, because if you use all of your good resources on an early fight, then you might need them later on. Like that bulldozer, I used, what, like 5, 6, 7 flares, just throwing them on the ground, hoping that it wouldn't get me while I dealt with all of the other mooks. And that was fine. It was a fine little boss fight. It was okay. But what I mean is, if I didn't have those flares, I'd have had so much more trouble with that bulldozer.
Things were never as simple.
I know there was
as
some around as well, but...
fiction. I had lost count of the times I had wished there'd be a clear reason for my writer's block. Something to fight. Something to lash out on. There wasn't. I was filled with doubt. I was nothing like the hero in my books. Alex Casey had gone through his life with single-minded determination, never wavering from his goal. Even now, I was angry at myself, angry at Alice, angry at Barry. I was fumbling and I had no plan.
I'm being told to get good in the chat. Maybe I just am not good. Maybe that's what it is. Nothing wrong with the game. I just haven't got good yet. Can I read this one? Oh, I can. Great Peak Gorge. Originally founded in 1928, the The Great Peak Gorge mining town was one of the permanent settlements the Bright Falls Mining Company built for its workers. The nearby graveyard is a testament to the dangers the miners faced on a daily basis. Most of the men who lost their lives over the years were buried there, a grim reminder to be careful for those who remained. Great Peak Gorge was abandoned almost overnight when the Bright Falls Mining Company closed its doors in 1970. When I finish the game, and I might look into some reviews and stuff of it, I wonder if I'm going to get vindication from other people saying that it's the same, they got the same level of frustration. Or whether everyone's going to be like, oh, great combat, loved it, perfect game, no notes. Thermos? A lot of batteries around here. I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of objects. This must be the end of the chapter. Like, it's across the ghost town. Is it going to be full of ghosts? Is there going to be ghosts? Okay. My plan, stay behind these posts. They can't get me. Great plan, Brad. Great plan. Oh, more! That tractor's the scary one. This might be a good time to just do this. Oh, wow! See, I don't mind that. That's interesting. It's a set piece. It gives me a second to react to it and to know what's coming. And I'm in an environment that I can use to my advantage. And it also gave me lots of batteries and things ready for the fight. That's fine. That's good. It did a perfect job there. It's just it's the waves of constant spawning enemies that are the frustrating, I think. Anyway, I'm going to stop moaning because I'm enjoying the game. I think I'm just getting a little frustrated at that one element. And I don't want to let it spoil my enjoyment of the rest of it, so... I'm going to try and dodge a little bit better. He says, immediately getting hit. I can't even see this thing. This is where I'm using all my batteries. Ooh, I thought I dodged that one. Yeah! The tree's saving me. Thanks, nature. I'm just gonna let that tree do its job. The battery, when you refill it, it doesn't go back to full. That tree is the best tree in the world. That tree is my best friend. You, tree, you are amazing. Look at this tree. Look how good this tree is. Thanks, tree. You're welcome, Brad. Oh, the tree can talk. Tree, what's it like being a tree? It's okay. It gets a bit boring sometimes. Yeah, I understand that. If you're only a tree. This looks like the lodge that the kidnapper is going to die. Which means I could be at the end of the chapter. Oh, I got the key. I was actually just exploring for items, but okay. Thermos. This has to be the lodge where the kidnapper gets trapped outside.
Anything outside of riding is a struggle. I feel ill. I managed to make my way downstairs. There's a shoebox
Make my
filled
way
with books
downstairs.
and papers by Thomas Zane. It's very hard to focus, but I managed to read some of it. He's a poet, and a good one. He writes of muses and creators summoning fabulous things from a magic lake, using his powers to shape the world of a realm of gods and dreams and demons, dark things that wait for a chance to slip through, wearing the flesh of men as disguise. Zane writes about himself. His girlfriend being taken over by a dark presence. About growing scared of the lake. Zane believes it's a mirror to the gaping void of darkness above, where some Lovecraftian presence lurks. I crawled back upstairs. I'll borrow these things for my story. They ring true. They fit.
New theory. The lake is the center of it all. Cauldron Lake, a magic evil lake. And nothing happened there. It was normal until a writer went out onto the lake. And the writer, the poet, I mean, started writing a story. The story came true. And so he created the creature and it inhabited his woman. And now I'm another writer here, and the creature knows it needs a writer to free it. I mean, this can't be the end if I've got the hunting rifle. The hunting rifle's pretty powerful, isn't it? How long is this chapter? Reach Mirror Peak. Mirror Peak is where we were told to meet him. So if I have to go to another place and I've just picked up another weapon, this probably means I'm going to have another long stretch of running through the trees, of things attacking me. Oh, cash.
The kidnapper had sent me a text. The message was full of spelling errors and insults. It was telling me to hurry up.
I am busy getting special items. Flares, flare gun. Flare gun? Ah. And I've got 5 shots in the flare gun. Yeah, the flare gun's the best item, isn't it? That's the one where you shoot it and everything dies. Flare gun, flashbangs, I'm kitted. Should be okay. I'm just going to use my items. Let's not waste time.
Birds.
Oh. Birds. Oh, come on.
Birds.
This is very rickety. Oh no, stop it. Why is his balance so bad, Alan? Alan is the least athletic man I have ever met. I mean, I've not met him. The least athletic man I've ever been aware of in anything. When he starts sprinting, he does a dodge. That's nice. It's just going to be my session to rip on Alan. Exit the silver mine. Okay. This cannot be good for his health. You know, the health he already doesn't have because he gets out of breath in 10 feet. Oh. Someone's whispering to me. Tunnels go to Cauldron Lake. I know that. The mining tunnels went under Cauldron Lake. Because when the tunnels exploded, it collapsed. I know that, right? Oh, flares. Page. Nightingale in the Majestic.
Behind the closed doors and curtains of his grimy room at the Majestic, the local motel, Nightingale could feel the locals' eyes on him, the unrelenting pressure of their judgment. He forced it out of his mind. For all he knew, they could all be under Wake's spell already. You do what you have to do to get the job done. He took comfort from the bottle in his hand. Please, he thought. Just let me get through this.
Please. Just let me get through this. Oh, goody! You know what you could have? A flare gun. No, awesome. Love it. Fucking love it. Thanks, mate. Ugh. I shot a flare gun at him. It didn't even break his armor. Hang on. I don't have any. No. I can't be bothered. It's just... There. Use basically all the items I've got, but they're all dead. Thermos. Makes it all worthwhile. Get my hands on a nice, warm cup of joe. This looks like it. Is it blocked as well? Oh.
I'd have to make my way up this mine shaft in order to go on. Maybe the machinery could help me with that.
Move the elevator. This game hasn't been known for its complicated puzzles. Now move this back up. So, hang on. I think that works? So I can get over here now, right? Yeah. And then there's this way. Okay, so this needs to now be there. Or there. Right, and then there should be one more control panel, which I'm guessing is up here. Oh, I can go back down to the previous control panel. And then I need to move this up. There. Oh. Not a particularly difficult puzzle, but it is nice to break up the frustrating gameplay. Break up the combat. Looks like I'm reaching the exit. He's got powerful legs on him, hasn't he? For someone so weak who can't run very far. This looks like it might be the lookout place I'm supposed to be going. Judging by the flares and stuff outside, I'm probably going to have to encounter some stuff. This is so rickety. I would never climb up this. Nah, let's be honest, I would. Have a look. Beautiful landscape. Tor hits Nurse Sinclair.
Lightning flashed behind the windows of Cauldron Lake Lodge. Tor Anderson laughed and held the steel hammer above his head. Nurse Sinclair was trying to calm him down without success. Tor grinned madly and shouted, "My hammer's up. Here's a friendly poke from Molnir, wench." He brought the hammer
Well,
down.
he butchered
with all
that
his might on
pronunciation.
Sinclair's head. "We're on a comeback tour, baby."
I guess at some point we're going to end up in Cauldron Lake Lodge and we're going to have to fight. It was Thor and someone else they were calling themselves, weren't they? The kids. There was that guy, the doctor had come in and he'd said that they were there. So we're obviously going to fight them. Like, that's foreshadowing for a fight. So I guess that isn't the place I'm supposed to be going. This game is very misleading with its points of interest sometimes. You can tell when I've been getting a little bit frustrated with the game because my compliments turn just into random bits of negativity. Like, there's nothing wrong with having a little way up there that's got a page on it that I go and look at. Yeah, because the last one went so well. It'd be funny if the exact same thing happens, where the it breaks and I fall out and there's things there and then the kidnapper turns up and he's like, "Deja vu, rider boy." Can't remember what he sounded like. Look, it's the bat signal. Oh, am I going to get attacked by birds? Yes, I am. How many flares have I got? Oh! See, this is cool. This is intense. I've only got 3 of them left. I need to time it so I don't waste any. Next time they swoop in. Oh no. Oh no! I don't think I need to use that one. Even he said oh no. Make the jump, Alan! Oh, I've already broken him. See, I don't mind this as a place where I'm going to, like, encounter a few people. Oh, shit.
Shit.
He's saying everything I'm saying. Especially if it's only a couple at a time as well, because it keeps the pace up, it keeps the tension up. Oh, this is where the cable car was supposed to come. That probably is my main, issue, I think, is that there's often too many of them and there are too often. And it slows down the pace and it just feels like a grind. Oh, extra stuff. Like now, I feel like I'm going to be coming up against a bunch of them. I'm getting towards the end of the chapter. It's okay. Okay, I like the hunting rifle because it's a one-shot kill from range. The only problem is it doesn't have a lot of ammo. It is weird how he does a dodge before he sprints. You'd think if he wasn't under threat, he would just sprint. Like, look. Oh, he did it there. Maybe it is... You know what, Brad, just shut up. Cauldron Lake. The 8th deepest lake in the world. Wow. Cool. Cauldron Lake is a caldera lake, formed in a volcanic crater. The volcano itself could be considered to be active, but it has not erupted since the volcanic earthquakes of 1970, and even then, the underground activity was comparably mild. Despite some property damage, there were no casualties. Not what I heard. Cauldron Lake is one of the most beautiful spots in the Bright Falls area, as well as a central figure in many local folktales. It's a popular recreational area for the area's residents. For the area residents. You don't say area twice in one sentence, the few words apart. That is poor writing. Alan would know. Oh, this is cool. Rickety bridge. Obviously something's going to go wrong. There we go. Why would you not sprint? This is your own fault. Get off the bridge. That's all I need to do. Big. I don't mind that one either. That's a particularly stressful moment, and they've given you a particularly stressful challenge. I do hope the oh, this is a dead end. Oh, a page. I do hope the complaints I'm making are making sense. Like, because I'm very all over the place as to what I don't like and what I do like. But I think it's the mindless throwing shit at me. That's what I don't like.
Maud had checked all of Stucky's rental cabins. There had been no sign of the wakes. It was dark when he'd found their car parked at the end of the road by Cauldron Lake. It made no sense. They must have taken a wrong turn, but there was no sign of them, and the car had been there for hours already. Frustrated, Mott stood on the rotten ruin of the footbridge that had once led to Diver's Isle before it sank beneath the waves years ago. The boss wouldn't be happy.
It is interesting that the island and the cabin had reappeared for the time I went there. If this darkness is, like, contained, maybe it has the power to, like, create this, facsimile, I guess, of this thing that used to exist. I don't know. Oh, up this way. Push. Oh. Kick. Staircase that leads to nothing. Oh, they've bricked it up clearly. Oh no. Oh no. Tom? I'm... what? CW and... oh, Thomas Zane. CW. That's not Barbara. Who's CW? You talk to me on TV. Tom. I miss you, Tom. Did you write this? Tom. I curse you, Thomas Zane. Is there more? No. You talk to me on TV. So bizarre. Just when you think you're figuring stuff out, more stuff happens. Oh dear. See, this is where you don't waste time. Oh. Right. Now where do... Oh, there's more of them. Guess I've got to do a bit of parkour now. Oh, it's nice how that everything collapsed in a convenient staircase fashion for me.
I could see Cauldron Lake. I thought I could make out the spot where the island and the cabin had been. There was a light near it. It had to be a boat.
Oh.
I was close now. I had to get there fast. I dreaded what I would
Find.
I tried to hold on to Alice, but her form melted away. I was losing control. Dr. Hartman stood in her place. I wanted to hit him, but my arms were jelly. He smiled. It was a reassuring smile, and I hated him for it. I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period. Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now.
Stop it, game. Stop it. No. Bad game. Stop adding more theories to my theory mind of theories.
Wait! Are you?
Oh, kidnapper.
Hey, I'm here! I'm coming!
No! Get away! Sorry. Please, lady. The boss didn't know who he was messing with. I didn't know. I swear, I didn't know. We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is. She's probably drowned.
Oh.
We just said we had her to make him play ball, you see?
I should have listened to that, but never mind. Cause Wakey, you're a firework. Wait. Was that somebody in a diving suit? Copyright music. Cut it, Brad. Cut it. End of episode 3. That was a long episode. 2.5 hours. I mean, I think it just felt long. No previously. Oh, right. Okay, so obviously, as people saw towards the end of that, I was getting a little bit frustrated because the combat... Let's just say the dodging's not great. And obviously, a lot of it's me and my timings and stuff, but the way that it's been designed, because you can't always face everybody you're fighting because there's so many of them, then it's quite difficult to time the dodges for everybody all around you all the time. And then it adds an extra level of frustration with the fact that they throw things at you the entire time as well. And I know that you can't kite them around, but they're faster than you. They move quicker than you. So they don't need to throw things. And the fact that the dodge isn't automatic. If you press dodge, you don't just dodge. you have to dodge and choose a direction. And if you don't pick the right direction, you get hit. And if you dodge slightly too early, then they automatically are able to track where you're going and you get hit. And if you dodge slightly too late, you get hit. It's so easy to just get whacked around. The story is very intriguing. I'm very much enjoying learning more about what's going on, even though I'm not learning anything. Because every single time something happens, I'm like, what? It gets more and more complicated. But I think there's either 5 or 6 episodes, and I'm interested, obviously, to find out what's going to happen towards the end. I'm glad that chapter's over. It was quite frustrating dealing with the number of sheer enemies spawning in. But adding in the extra element of the objects that fly at you is very interesting. And again, when they were used in like that set piece moment, when all of them were jumping at me and I had to try to sort of work around them, that was fine. That worked fine. And like when the enemies, when a couple of them come at you as you're trying to progress forwards, they're not like a difficult obstacle. They're there to keep the pace and the tension up. Like, that's fine. And when you get to the end of a big area and a bunch like that, the one in the room where I was a big ring of them all around me, and the camera pulls out and it shows you this is a big encounter, lots of them around you. That's when you're like, right, I'm going to use my big items because it's a big encounter, and you have to think about it. So like, I was flaring them, I was dropping stuff, I was like, fine, all fine. Running through the woods, and every 5 seconds, about 4 or 5 of them appear around me or like behind me, and then start throwing stuff at me or using quick attacks that you can't. If you miss the dodge in the first one, you get slashed apart. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.